This is one of my favorite movies of all time. This is a movie that truly was such an experience when I first saw it on Netflix. But this is a film that has stayed with me ever since I watched it months ago. This is my favorite movie of all time, one of my favorite films from Francis Ford Coppola, and one hell of a masterpiece of filmmaking. Apocalypse Now is directed by Francis Ford Coppola, written by Coppola, John Milius, also some narration done by Michael Heffer, something like that. I don't know who did the narration, comment below, I guess. I'll try to find it up right now. I really wanted this review special. I didn't want to use my phone, but of course I don't feel like it's perfect, because I mean, I gotta do editing for that shit. It stars Martin. The movie also stars Martin Sheen. Okay, they don't give me any fucking shit. Michael Ayers. There's Michael Ayers who wrote the narration. I'm gonna look up some more about it because I can't get any more information. It's fucking. Also stars Robert Duvall, Marlon Brando, even Lawrence Fishburne. I think it's one of his first film roles. And it stars this guy named, and of course, Martin Sheen plays Colonel. God damn it! I keep forgetting. What am I kidding? The fuck am I kidding? The narration was on Michael Ayers. Yeah, it's also based on, although it's on credits, based on Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness, his book. He plays Colonel. Martin Sheen plays Colonel Benjamin Willard, who is tasked with assassinating Colonel Kurtz, played by Marlon Brando, who has gone insane, disappeared into the Vietnam jungles. Basic, isn't it? But however, everything that's hidden underneath it would say otherwise. And actually, this is why I love the movie so much. I love this movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. My favorite war movie of all time, especially not only Vietnam War, but overall war movie of all time. It is one hell of a film. If you don't see this, I feel sorry for you, because this is a film that you should experience. It is a film that you should experience. The acting is fantastic. I mean, Robert Duvall offers up some iconic lines like, "I love the smell of napalm in the morning." He's also like a tough sergeant who also is who's a little laid back in his personality, I guess, in some kind of way. He's very tough, but he also is kind of comical. You know, he likes to have, like, you know, share humor with like his troops. Martin Sheen, this guy's a great actor, and this guy's considered a great actor. And to know the fact he never got an Oscar nomination, especially for this, although he declined it, which is fucking ridiculous. He's a great guy. I mean, he's a guy who's also haunted by war. I mean, this guy is traumatized. You can even tell by the opening scene. It's just unbelievable. It really shocks you. But also, one song. There's also one song. The opening song, that's actually the theme song, I think, for Apocalypse Now. It was so fitting to the setting and the tone. I mean, it's surprisingly very fitting, and it was really intact. It really fit well with the setting and the tone. Like I said so many times, I just can't really describe anything. I'm not that descriptive, and I can't really describe it that well. But yeah, also some pretty memorable music. I mean, it's not fantastic, but it is memorable, and there are a few tunes that truly have stayed with me in the overall kind of display the intensity of certain scenes, and especially war in general. Also, you ever heard of this? Yep, plays there too. But of course, why not? It's a war movie. This movie has some fantastic cinematography, such wide takes of, I mean, like helicopters flying in the air, destruction of forest, just scenes of war, so beautifully shot, no real just so well composed. It's just unbelievable. Mass scale battles and thrilling sequences. I mean, it's just so haunting. And I like the fact how some of the characters act. Some guys take it so lightheartedly. They don't really care. It's just, hey, it's their job. They do it. It's really shocking to see. I mean, wow. Huh. And actually, Captain Willard, he has this team of a lot of young troops. One of them was Lawrence Fishburne's character, and they're kind of inexperienced, but of course, they do know how to shoot guns. They know how to. A lot of them are just like people who aren't having really any real experience in the military. It's just shocking to see that. This movie never stopped. This movie did not let up. It always managed to bring some incredible psychological insight. Now, what I didn't like about American Sniper, a recent war movie, was that the psychological trauma aspects were very weak. Here, however, they are unbelievable. They're just shocking to me. How? Well, it's how it explores the human mind, the horrors of war, and how it affects a human's mind. It's just, it has this poetic vibe to it, an exploration of it. Very poetic. And also, one thing I think that really sells it and how war can really damage a person forever is whenever you see Colonel Kurtz on screen, especially with his monologues that just leave me unsettled, and they truly leave me understanding what war can do to a person, how it takes away their humanity, makes them these cold, heartless people, maybe even killers. Ruthless killers. Even people who just accept that, who don't think their enemy is the enemy, but they are. They're part of the enemy. They're on the enemy's side. It explores it so well. It's so haunting for me. And seriously, this thing scared me more than really any horror film, especially from recent memory. It unsettled me. It just freaked me out. Also, the editing is very good. I mean, there's some sequences that especially in the end, there are some sequences going back and forth between tribesmen and Vietnam tribesmen, and of course and what was taking place in the movie. I'm not gonna spoil it, but the back and forth between it was just so fitting, and it left me engaged in the viewing. I was engaged throughout the entire movie. There is a Redux version, which is a lot longer, like 3 hours 15 minutes. I don't know how long the original cut is. The Redux version has some interesting information, but overall it's draggy, and overall it doesn't really capture what made the original so good. Okay, the original cut is 2 hours 33 minutes. And to be honest, during those time I was not bored. I was constantly watching the screen. I was never bored. I was always engaged throughout the entire thing. It was just so interesting to hear these monologues, not only from Marlon Brando, but also from Martin Sheen. It really just shows, it just details their situation, but also their tone truly, I mean, you understand what's wrong with them, such as psychologically, mentally. It really just showcases them, their mental state, and it really is, it's just so shocking to see them in that position. This movie, you just don't walk away from this movie the same as you were walking into it. When you started watching it, you are different when you're finished. That's just the truth. Coppola offers up some incredible action sequences. Some of the best sequences I've seen. Even if there was an incredible production problem, it was just a nightmare. I mean, hurricane wrecking the set, weather problems destroying his sets, Marlon Brando showing overweight and underprepared. Even Coppola threatened to kill himself. Seriously, that's how awful the production is. Also, Martin Sheen had a heart attack. Shit. On set. At least the movie was finished, and they got it done, and what came out of it was a masterpiece. Seriously, you can't praise it any more than that, knowing that it is a masterpiece. It is. I love the psychological drama, how it explores it. It's so insightful. It also feels poetic, and it's fully resonant. I mean, it truly shines, and it just showcases what war can do to a person's psyche. It's an exploration of war how war affects a person's psyche. It's incredibly engaging and so unbelievable. It just leaves you gasping. It just leaves you feeling shocked, maybe even freaked out, because holy shit. You can't walk away from this movie the same. I feel like it's just impossible. And I find it impossible not to be engaged, so intrigued and haunted by it forever. You don't walk away from this movie the same. I mean that. Pounding over the head with so many things I keep repeating over and over again. But I really want to make sure I get the point around. You never walk away from this movie the same. 5 out of 5. I love this movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's my favorite war movie of all time. Favorite Vietnam War movie of all time. Second favorite film, I think third favorite film for Francis Ford Coppola. First is The Godfather. Second is The Godfather Part 2. I truly want you guys to see this movie. This is an experience in the theaters, and it will impact you, and you'll never forget it. You can't forget it. Anyways, guys, my review for Apocalypse Now. Comment below. What did you think of it? Is it your favorite movie of all time? If it's not, what is it? Comment below and subscribe to my channel for more videos.